Hi everyone, my name is Millie, and in these videos we're going to be looking at a little bit of English grammar. Hola a todo el mundo, yo me llamo Millie. Estos videos van a ser para aprender un poquito de gramática en inglés. So we need to speak in English. These videos are going to be in English. Okay, vamos a hablar en inglés. Guys, welcome to class. So today's class we are going to be focusing on Vamos a centrar, we're going to focus on possessive determiners, okay? And just like we started last week, we're going to look at pronouns, possessive pronouns, and possessive determiners. We're going to look at them side by side, okay? One right next to the other, side by side. So last week we looked and we focused on possessive pronouns. Okay, and this week we're going to look and we're going to focus on possessive determiners because when you're learning English, these two can sometimes be a little confusing, okay? And sometimes you don't know when to use which one. So, very quickly, we're going to go through these, okay? We're going to go through our pronouns. I'm going to say these and you can listen, or I'm going to say them and you can repeat. That's up to you. So, I, you, he, she, it, we, they. Okay, those are our pronouns. We do look at these a lot, don't we? So now we're going to look once again at our possessive pronouns. Okay, so we've got mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, theirs. Okay, and these possessive pronouns and the possessive determiners, we use them to show possession, right? Possession, when something belongs to you. If something belongs to you, you would use these words. And for example, mine, I'm going to take mine, right? I could say, these glasses are mine. I'm saying that these belong to me. Okay, that's when I would use mine. Okay, mine would come after. These glasses are mine. Okay, now let's look at possessive determiners so we can see the difference. So again, I'll say them and you can listen, or I'll say them and you can repeat. Okay, my, your, his, her, its, our, their. And just like before, I said, these glasses are mine, right? To show that they belong to me, I can use the possessive determiner, my, to say the same thing in a different way. These are my glasses. These are my glasses. Okay, in both sentences, I'm telling you that the glasses belong to me. But in one, I use the possessive pronoun, and in the other, I'm using the determiner. Okay, so let's go a little bit more into the determiners so we can hopefully learn how to use them, okay, and how to see the difference between the pronouns and the determiners. Okay, so what are possessive determiners? So I'm going to read through this, okay? Possessive determiners show which person or things something or someone belongs to. And that can sound a little confusing, but I'm going to explain it, okay? So these words, they're words. Possessive determiners are words, okay? And they're just going to show you possession, okay? Belonging, okay? Like which person someone belongs to. That's my dad, okay? That's my dad, okay? Or that's my mom. That's your mom, right? That's their grandpa, okay? And for things, well, you can say These are my glasses. This is our house. That's their dog. Okay? You're showing belonging of someone or something. Okay? And again, we're going to look at them. I'm going to say them, and I want you to read them. And I would like for you to repeat. If you don't want to repeat, that's fine. Okay? But here we go. My, your, his, hers, its, our, their. Okay, and now we're going to look at examples because these words, when you just look at them like that, it's a little confusing. But if you see them and you use them in examples, it'll be a lot easier. Okay, so this first one, okay, my lunch. This is my lunch. My lunch. These are their bikes. These are their bikes. That is her book. That is her book. This is our house. Our house. This is our house. You could also say, this is her book. This is her book. That is her book. It is her book. Okay? Just want you pretty much here. I want you just to notice the possessive determiners. Okay? My, their, our, her. And another thing I want you to notice is that they are being used before the noun. Okay? Before the noun. Sustantivo. Antes del sustantivo. Before the noun. Okay? Lunch is the noun, and you put my before. House, that's the noun, and you put our before house. And you could say my house, your house, his house, her house. Okay? Its house. Okay? You are going to be placing these determiners before the noun. Okay? Now, we've talked about the possessive pronouns, and we've taken a look at the possessive determiners. Okay? And there is a difference. And when you're learning to speak English, this can sometimes be confusing. Okay? But with a little bit of practice, you should be okay. So we're going to be looking at these again side by side in examples. Examples are probably one of the best way to see, okay, the difference. So you have possessive determiners, and we're going to have the possessive pronouns on this side. Okay, so let's look at our first sentence. Now we have this bag, and it's a purple bag. Okay, and you have a sentence with a possessive determiner, and then I've written a sentence with a possessive pronoun. The first one, my bag is purple. You can repeat if you'd like. My bag is purple. Okay, it's showing you that this bag, it's mine. Okay, it's my bag. Now, if I wanted to write it with a possessive pronoun, this purple bag is mine. Notice that the possessive determiner is before the noun, okay? Before the noun. And the noun here is bag, okay? The bag. That's the thing, ¿vale? Ese es el nombre, ese es el sustantivo, okay? The bag. So now the determiner will go before my bag. And the pronoun goes right here in the place of the noun. The purple bag is mine. Let's look at another example. Okay, this little girl, and she's reading a book. Now, with the possessive determiner, your book seems interesting. Okay, I'll say it a little slower for those of you that want to repeat. Your book seems interesting. Okay, your book seems interesting. Tu libro parece interesante. Okay, And now, a possessive pronoun. Well, you could use that when asking the question, is this book yours? ¿Este libro es tuyo? Okay, is this book yours? Okay. And here we have a lunch, right? We have a lunch, un almuerzo, we have a lunch. And let's look at our sentence with the possessive determiner, and then we'll read the sentence with the possessive pronoun. So, it's her lunch, not mine. It's her lunch, not mine. Okay, I'll read it slowly for those of you that want to repeat. It's her lunch, not mine. Okay. And here, lunch would be the name, right? The noun, and her, well, it's the possessive determiner telling you who the lunch belongs to. Okay, ¿a quién pertenece ese almuerzo? It belongs to her. Okay, it's her lunch. Now, if I wanted to use it with the possessive pronoun, I would say it's hers, not mine. Es suyo, no mío. It's hers, not mine. Notice here, I'm not putting the word lunch, okay? Because this is taking the place of her lunch, okay? I could say this one slower. I'm sorry, I'm not saying these slow, so I will say it slow if you want to repeat. It's hers, not mine. This next example, it's a little boy and he has a beach ball, okay? He has a ball, okay? Now, we're going to look at a sentence with the possessive determiner, and then we're going to look at one with the possessive pronoun. His ball was kicked over the fence. Okay? His ball was kicked over the fence. I'll say it slow. His ball was kicked over the fence. His ball was kicked over the fence. Whose ball? His ball. Okay, you have the determiner before the noun, and the noun here is ball. Whose ball? His ball. Now, if I was going to say it with a possessive pronoun, if I was going to use a possessive pronoun, I would say, the ball kicked over the fence was his. Was his. The ball kicked over the fence was his. The ball kicked over the fence was his. Okay, the ball kicked over the fence was his. Here we have a dog, and the dog is barking. So let's see our possessive determiner sentence. Our dog barks at night. Our dog. Our dog. The dog belongs to me and other people or someone else. Our dog. Nuestro perro. Our dog barks at night. So our dog barks at night. Our dog barks at night. And you can see the possessive determiner is before the noun dog. Whose dog? Our dog. Now, with a possessive pronoun, the type of sentence that you could write would be, that dog is ours. That dog is ours. That dog is ours. That dog is ours. And now we have the people on the bikes again. We saw this in our last slide. So you see these two people and they're on bikes. Now, a possessive determiner, how would I use this? Well, I could say their bikes are new. Their bikes are new. Their bikes are new. With the possessive pronoun, I could say, those new bikes are theirs. Those new bikes are theirs. Those new bikes are theirs. Okay? So just look at the difference, okay? And now it's your turn to practice with me. So if you want to go a little bit further, you want to practice your writing, I think that's great. Make sure you have something to write with. If not, you can just follow along. Okay? So this activity is pretty simple, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to find the possessive determiners. So can you find the possessive determiners, okay? And you can see the pictures, so it's going to be very similar to what we just read together. Okay, and this is an example, okay? This is an example. This is my green shirt. This is my green shirt. I do not have a green shirt on today. I have a gray shirt today with green plants. So this is my green shirt. Okay, this is your example, and you can see in the example what I've done is I've underlined it, lo he subrayado, I've underlined, and it's in a different color. So you can do it however you'd like, okay? If you want, you can write out these sentences, and then you can circle the possessive determiner, you can underline the possessive determiner, you can highlight, okay, the possessive determiner. And if you don't want to write it all out, you can just write the possessive determiners. And you don't want to write at all, or you can't write, that's fine too. You can just say it out loud, you can guess it in your head, okay? So these are the sentences. Number one, I'll read that first. Okay, I'm going to read it first quickly, and then I will read it slowly so you can repeat if you'd like. Number one, my bag is purple. Okay, so now you can repeat with me. My bag is purple. My bag is purple. I want you to see if you know which of these words, okay, is the possessive determiner. Number two, again, listen first, okay, and then I will repeat it slowly. Number two, your book seems interesting. Your book seems interesting. Now you can repeat it with me. Your book seems interesting. Your book seems interesting. Again, same thing, okay? Just check and see and circle, highlight, underline the possessive determiner. Number three, this is her lunch. This is her lunch. Now repeat with me. This is her lunch. This is her lunch. Number four, okay? So I'll say this quickly. This is a long one, okay? I will say this quickly, but then I will say it slower so you can repeat. Number four, his house is the blue one on the corner. His house is the blue one on the corner. Now repeat with me. His house is the blue one on the corner. Again, his house is the blue one on the corner. Now can you say it all together? His house is the blue one on the corner. So in this very long sentence, we have a word that is a possessive determiner. See if you know which one it is, what they're talking about, what belongs to someone in this sentence, okay? And see if you can find that possessive determiner. I am pretty sure that you can. Number 5. Again, just listen and then repeat. Our dog barks at night. Our dog barks at night. Now slowly so you can repeat. Our dog barks at night. Our dog barks at night. Whose dog? Okay, now the last one. Again, first listen, and then I will say it slowly and you can listen and repeat. Those are their bikes. 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 Okay, guys, so now we've come to a moment that you have to decide what you need to do. You can either pause the video, okay, if you're not finished because you decided to write these sentences out. So if you're still doing that, okay, you can pause the video and then you can come back, because what we're going to do next is we're going to look at the answers and we're going to check what we've done. Okay, vamos a corregir. So if you're ready, great. We just continue. If you're not, pause the video and then come back. Okay, so I'm going to continue now. So number 1, we had my bag is purple. Okay, my bag is purple. Whose bag? My bag. It's my bag. The bag belongs to me. It's mine. My bag. Okay. So my is the possessive determiner. So if you've got that right, give yourself a little check. If not, don't worry. Don't erase the wrong answer. Just make sure that you do put the correct answer somewhere so you can see where you made the mistake. Okay. Number 2. Your book seems interesting. Your book seems interesting. Whose book? Your book. The book belongs to you. Your book. Give yourself a little tick. This is her lunch. Whose lunch? Her lunch. Okay, this is her lunch. Now, this was our very long sentence. His house is the blue one on the corner. His house is the blue one on the corner. Whose house? It's his house, okay? The house belongs to him. It's his house. And give yourself a little tick. So this is a check mark, right? It's a check mark. And you can also call them little ticks. I call them little ticks. It is a check mark though. So make sure you give yourself a check mark if you've got it right. And if not, like I said, leave the wrong answer. Dejar lo que, si no les ha salido bien, no pasa nada. Okay? You do not erase the wrong answer. You just make sure to put the correct answer somewhere so you can see it. Okay? So the next one, our dog barks at night. Our dog barks at night. Whose dog barks at night? Our dog barks at night. Okay, our. So there's your little check mark. There's your little tick. And those are their bikes. Whose bikes? Their bikes. Okay, their bikes. Those bikes belong to them. Okay, make sure you don't forget your check mark, your little tick. Okay, and ta-chan, that's it. We have finished the class today. Very proud of you. You did it. You did a great job. I will see you next time. Next video will be on phrasal verbs. So thank you so much for stopping by. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you in our next class.